And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Just 6'6", bullet high. Hey, high 7.
To throw again, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards.
Set. 10-2 so.
It's just me and you.
Hey, echo.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
All day, just like that. Just like
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Flushed out right. And this is Cook with the ground. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast. As possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15.
Watch the run, watch the run. 58.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, me and you on deck, I'm coming.
To throw on third down, Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's Fisher. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Big trip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now it's Jackson, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And able to work his way down to the 16. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Let's go, D. Watch time. Tight end.
From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Don't get nervous.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Again, Jackson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we
The
go.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Rip right!
Shoot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Gut trip is here, baby.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now they try the right side here. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Move! Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. Hey, get away with it.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Lamar Jackson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Go team, spill.
Bang, bang. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Fire.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now a handoff looking right, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Mike 7. Mike 7. Hey, watch.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Get it.
A final shot before break. Lawrence. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
I'm on.
Jump, X3, 218, chopper. Hey, exit.
54. Mike 54. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Mike's 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike's 5-4. You ain't got nothing.
Leap grip.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Ready? 30 base.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving down.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
On the ready. 58. 58 for Mike. Whoa. Good squeeze, double. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He finds West. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Go, set, go. And time. 58's the Mike. 50. Go.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, we got 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Pick it up. Mike 7. Get your swerve on. Let's go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Well, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Lamar Jackson, 96 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at the time, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. On first down, Lawrence. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
At the Vikings' 8-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Get it. 90, Wolf.
Mike 54. Silver.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
And it's third down.
Get it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there, with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them 1 closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 44, Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Rashawn Gary. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Space to maneuver at the 40. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
You ain't going nowhere.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, wahoo!
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Danny. Mike's 54.
Snap.
54.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ready?
Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Here's Jackson on third and long, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Off the play fake. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. Here we go on fourth down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Off play action. Lawrence. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Back to the air on second down. Lawrence. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Now they try the right side here. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still fourth down upcoming.
We've seen this offense go for it on fourth down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
We certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down?
54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, watch that.
Get it.
On fourth down, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Vikings, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.